Hi everyone, what's up? Today I'm going to show you all of the tie-dyes that I've done over the past month. It's so crazy, I have them all laid out behind me. There's so much, I can't believe how much I did. I probably bought all of the stuff you could tie-dye at Michael's, almost everything that you could tie-dye at Hobby Lobby. But yeah, I think they all turned out really well, so I'm going to show you all now all the tie-dyes that I've done over this past month. So recently I got this really cool tie-dye party kit from Michael's, and I was just thinking about doing something cool for summer, and I thought this kit would be perfect. It had a lot of colors in it, which was good, and I just started off with a couple of little things. And just to show you how much I've done, I've had to buy several new bottles of dye, and all of the dyes come with rubber bands, and those are the rubber bands I've not used so far. And here are the rubber bands I have used so far. That is just so many. This is a pretty big container, and there's just so many rubber bands in there. So now let's get started with showing off the tie-dyes. So I put these all behind me, so if you see me walking up behind me, it's all because they are right behind me. So let me go get the first four. So the first four, I got all of these at Michael's with the dye kit. So first off we have, well that was second actually, let's just do this one first, is this shirt. This is one of my favorite tie-dye shirts I have, and I made it, which is awesome. I got this at Michael's, and I think this is actually my mom's favorite tie-dye shirt that I have. I have a lot of tie-dye in my closet. But I love the swirl. I love how you can see a swirl of different colors. I love how the magenta is very prominent in the swirl. And I also love how you can see all different colors of the rainbow, which is really nice. So this is one of my favorite shirts that I own right now. And I can say that I made that, so that's good. Next we have, this comes with a story. So here we have this heart shirt. I saw this heart on the website that I put on my crafts Instagram, and I was like, oh, that would be cool. I should try that, because everyone knows the bullseye, everyone knows the spiral, everyone knows stripes, but not a lot of people have seen tie-dye hearts. So what I did was I had to print out a heart, and then I had to fold that heart in half, and then trace it in around the middle. As you can see, it's not the middle of the shirt with a washable marker, and then I had to fold it against the line of the heart, which, if you know me, you know I don't follow instructions. So it took me a good 30 minutes to just figure out how to do the shirt. I was shocked that it didn't dry out, because I spent so long doing the shirt. But I love how it turned out. I love how you can see a heart. I just wish it was a little bit more centered. But yeah, this is also one of my favorite shirts right now. Moving on, we have a couple of reusable bags. If you know me, you know I work at Publix, so I had to get some bags. So I have this one right here, kind of loosely inspired by sunsets, because if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with sunsets. And I really love how this turned out. I wish the orange would have shown a little bit more. I actually ran out of the orange in my tie-dye kit, so I had to use just a little bit more water, and I just wish it could have shown a little bit more. But I love the gradient effect that this bag has. Super, super cool. Moving on to the second bag. This one was loosely inspired by a shirt that I got online. It didn't really turn out like I hoped. It's got a couple of light purples in there, some yellow, but as you can see on camera, it's very green. Very green. Which, nothing's wrong with that. I just wish you could have seen a little bit more colors like blue and purple, which I added in the bag. But yeah, this is also one of my favorites. Moving on to the pillows. So here we got this pillow. So I actually made these pillows from scratch. I took this zebra pillow that I've had for years, and I basically measured the length and the width of the pillow, and then I cut those out of a piece of cardboard to make the stencil for these, which is kind of interesting because they actually are very close to the size, which is awesome. But what's also very interesting is that I don't know how to use a sewing machine. I was initially planning on hot gluing these, but I was like, hey Mom, can you show me how to use the sewing machine? So she actually sewed these and I tie-dyed them, but I think they turned out really, really cool. So there's that one. And then here's this one. This one's probably my least favorite of the two, only because you could see a little bit of brown with the colors mixing. But that is also super cute. So moving on to stuff that I ordered online. I did a lot of online ordering for tie-dye. I need a drink. I ordered so much, like I said, from Michael's and Hobby Lobby. So much so that I think I wiped out all of the stuff with that. So first off, we have these really cute kitchen towels, which I love. I love how you can see the swirl very prominent again, which I find this very interesting because in the camera you can see the swirl, but if you were to see this in person, it's not really that prominent. You can still see it a little bit, but it's not that prominent. I got all of these stuff from Hobby Lobby, and that came in a pack of shoes, so I have this one. Yeah, again, so you can't really see it in person, but on camera, you very much can see the swirl, which is very, very interesting. I think I put those upstairs in my kitchen. My mom has yet to touch them. I think she's afraid of ruining them. Next, we have this hat. I've worn this hat so much. I took it to the beach recently. And it's got a little ponytail thing in the back to stick a ponytail through, which is really cool. So this hat was a little bit of an experiment for me because you can't really crumble a hat because of the board piece on the front. So what I did was I just stamped this up and then I just sat this down, and then I took various dyes and just like dropped dots all along the hat. And I love how it turned out. It's very colorful, as you can see. You can still see a little bit of white, but not much, which is awesome. And the bottom is actually very cool as well. Moving on to another story time, we have this drawstring bag. I know what you're thinking. It's very black, and I don't like black. So for this bag, I really wanted to try a technique called the spider, which is where you just do a regular swirl of rainbow colors on one side of the fabric, and then when you flip it over, you do black. So I did that, and then when I took it out, I thought it was very, very interesting because you can see black, and you can see white, and you can see some colors. Let me see. So you can see some colors like green right there. You got pink on the back. You can see some colors right there, which is cool. But I wish you could have seen a little bit more colors, for sure. But I love how I hadn't used black before this. So this was really my only black project, but I think it looks super cool. Moving on. I can pick up a lot of stuff with this one. I got this one from Michael's? No, Hobby Lobby. I remember that. So first off, we have some socks. For the purpose of this, I will take the socks out. Here we go. So here we have these socks. I actually did mint green and regular green for these socks because I work at Publix, and Publix's color is green. So I think these turned out super, super cool. I wish you could have seen a little bit more color in that. Moving on, we have a navy and blue. I think it was navy and blue. Or maybe purple and blue. Yeah, it looks like purple. So here we have purple and blue or navy and blue. These are also very cool. I haven't worn these yet. They've just been sitting up in my closet in my room. And then here we got the other sock. Right there, super, super cool. I have worn the green. And then we have, these also come with a story. So if you don't know, I go to the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, which the colors are gold and navy. So I really wanted to kind of emulate that in a couple of my tie-dyes. And this is very interesting. As you can see, there's not a lot of yellow. There's barely any. You can see it back here. There's just like a tiny bit of yellow. Only because I used like a really big, almost the size of this Gatorade bottle thing of yellow dye, which I also used for the mint and the green sock. But I wish you could see a little bit more of the yellow. It just looks like it's kind of faded or bleached, which is interesting. And here we got the other sock. I mean, it looks super cool. I just wish you could have seen a little bit more yellow because, you know, yellow is my favorite color. Finally, we have these pink socks. I think I did pink and yellow again, only because it looks pretty much the same style as the navy ones. And I actually didn't use navy for those socks, the last ones. Let's see. Come on, little sock. Are you shy? Do you not want to say hello to my Instagram viewers? Come on, little sock. Here we go. But I have worn these. They're super cute. Like I said with the navy ones, I wish they turned out a little bit more yellow. And then here we got these. And unfortunately, there's a little tiny hole, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I think these turned out super, super cool. Moving on next to something I have used. This is another bag, but I got this bag from Hobby Lobby only because I was thinking about taking this to like the beach or something. You could fit like a book in here, take it to the beach. But this is one of my favorite tie-dyes that I've done. And I think between the 3 bags that I've done, this is my favorite only because you can see a swirl. Still in person, you can see the swirl that's on camera. And I really, really love that. It's very soft, and there's quite a lot of room in here. It doesn't look like it's that big, but it's actually pretty big. And I love how, you know, the colors mix, but they didn't, like, intervene with each other, I guess is the word. But it's super, super cute. I love how that one turned out. Moving on to a tank top. I've been working out a lot over the summer so far. So much so that I've lost almost 15 pounds. Woo woo. But here we got this tank top. One of my favorites for sure. I love how you can see a swirl again. You can also see the swirl in person. It's a little bit dimmed, but it's so colorful, it's so bold, and it's super soft, which I like. And it's really good for working out in, so I love that tank top. One of my favorite shirts now to work out in. Moving on to a story. So, if you know me, you know I like to cook. So I made this apron right here. I'm definitely not going to be doing acrylic pours in this apron, only because it's so pretty. I mean, look at all the colors. So cute. I really love how you can see a swirl again. And then what's also very interesting is that unlike the drawstring bag, the strings of this apron actually dyed, which is very, very interesting. But yeah, I love how this one turned out. Now if you excuse me real quick. I'm a chef. This is my chef alter ego right now. I gotta take it off or else I'll start talking like chef. I had to do that. I've been like literally doing that when my mom has asked me to help her cooking. I was like, hold on, I gotta go get my alter ego hat. But this was one of my wild cards that I ordered, only to go with the apron, and I made sure it matched with the apron, which is nice. And I love how this one turned out. I just don't know what I'll be wearing this chef hat. I mean, maybe when I go to my apartment. But yeah, super, super cute. Moving on to the bandanas. So these come again with a story. So with all these bandanas, I tried a technique called shinobi or shibori. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's really interesting. It's like a Japanese technique, I think. And what's interesting is that with all of these, I just did one color initially. So I did pink, green, and blue. And then when I unfolded them, you were supposed to see like rays. But that didn't happen very interestingly enough. It only did these white squares and the pink. So I was like, okay, how can I fix this? So I folded them back up, and then I added one more color to them. So here we got the pink one, and for the pink one I added, of course, orange, as you can see. I really love this one. I wish you could see a little bit more color instead of like pops of white. That's like my main thing with these tie-dyes. And then we have this green one. Oh wait, no, I just realized this. Green wasn't one of the first initial colors. Yellow was. And I think I ended up using the big bottle of yellow. And what's interesting is you can't really see any of the yellow. So when I took this out, it was really just like off-white. So I was like, that is so weird. Like, that's never happened up until that point. So I added green, and I really love how this one turned out. This is probably my second favorite. Sorry, pink, but you last. And then this is by far my favorite. We have blue, and then I added navy. This is by far my favorite, because you can't see any white whatsoever in the bandana. And you can see pops of navy, which I really, really love. I think if I were to wear any of the bandanas, it would have to be the blue or navy. So next, I need a drink. So next, we're doing a little bit of a diversion. I got my phone right here. Only because I have to be pulling up pictures. So, I want to say maybe mid-May. I did a little bit of an Instagram post with just the 4 that I got at Michael's originally. And then when I posted those, I don't know if I posted on Facebook, I might have. And then, oh wait, no, I went to work one day wearing one of those 2 shirts. And my friend Julie at work, she asked me, oh my god, where'd you get your shirt? I need to get a tie-dye shirt for Hawaii, because she was going to Hawaii. And I was like, oh no, I made it. I can make you one if you want. So I made her a tie-dye shirt. Come on, focus. Can you focus up or what? Let's see. Let's try to dim my... There we go. I'm going to see if I can dim it all the way. And that's a little dark. Oh, I don't want to add it. Okay, let's see. There we go. So here we have Julie's shirt. She's a really big fan of the Green Bay Packers, so she wanted yellow and green. And I actually had to get another bottle of green for this, and another bottle of yellow. I do not want to delete that photo. But she really, really loved it. She wore in Hawaii, which is really nice. But yeah, it turned out super cool. Next we have... I actually have this right here, only because I wish I could have been hanging out with her. This is for my friend Savannah. She wanted a pillow. And she wanted... I put the Technique website on my crafts Instagram page. And she was like, do the kaleidoscope. And what's interesting about the kaleidoscope is it was with ice. But I didn't use ice because I had put water into all my dyes. And with ice tie-dyes, you have to wait until you have to use the powder. So I tried just doing the Technique, and it turned out super, super cool. The pillow shrank a little bit, unfortunately, but turned out super, super cute. Next, we have a couple of other shirts that I have pictures of. Let me see if he sent this to me. Okay. So next we have a couple of shirts. So first off we have, I just took a picture of my story. This was initially a shirt for my friend Marquez at work. And unfortunately, I had 2 medium shirts, and I gave him this one, And what was unfortunate about this one is that this is a women's shirt. So when I put it in the washer, it shrank. So unfortunately, he couldn't really wear this one, so he gave it to his niece. And then I made him another one that's very similar to the swirl shirt that I have, the very colorful one. And I made sure that time that it was a men's shirt, so we are A-okay on that. Moving on to a shirt that I gave my friend Regina. She wanted orange, purple, green, and blue, and she wanted the swirl. And I was like, I need 2 colors repeat. And she chose green and blue. And it turned out very, very cool. She loved it, which is awesome. But yeah, and if you're interested in purchasing any of these, I might put a post on my craft Instagram later of the ones after the 4. And then I had one shirt left from when I ordered one for my friend Q, Marquez. And I made one for me. This is very interesting. So I tried to do a yellow and navy for UTC. But as you can see, it didn't really work on the bottom, which is very interesting. I don't think it was dried enough, which is quite unfortunate. And I actually had to make a navy with blue and black with that one. So that's quite unfortunate. And then finally, I'm gonna leave these for last. A couple more. Dropped one. Alright, so first off, we have a couple of fabric masks. For when I go back to school, I know that they're probably gonna have me wear masks. So here we have a purple, pink, and blue. It's very interesting because you can only really see purple in that one. Next we have, again, I tried. We have a navy and yellow. Didn't really turn yellow, unfortunately. But it did turn out cute, which I like. And then we have, oh wait, no. Wait, then what was that one? This looks like this was the, yeah, this is the purple and pink and blue. What was that one? Oh wait, that's got green in it. No, wait, no. That's got purple for sure. Oh no, I see blue. What the heck's the pink? What the heck's the pink? I need to figure this out. This is a mystery to me, which is very interesting because I made these a week ago. So I can't believe I can't remember any of these. So let's see. Archive. Was that rainbow? I see rainbow. I'm guessing that was rainbow. Yeah, that's my guess. Very questionable. And then we have some scrunchies. Here we have a yellow and green. I know what this one is. And then we have this one I tried again with rainbow. You can see a little bit of purple in there, which is nice. And then I've actually worn this one to work once. We have a green and black, which are Publix colors. And then moving on to another tank top. This one ordered late and I forgot I ordered it. And I tried to do the classic red, orange, and yellow, like the fiery pattern, which is very interesting because this is a magenta. I'm not colorblind, I swear. Like, I could see very clearly that this is magenta. But what's interesting is that it turned magenta in the wash. Like, it was very clearly, when I dyed it, it was very clearly red. And then when I took it out, I was like, it turned pink? So this was definitely interesting. Also really cute. I also used orange and yellow. And then, unfortunately, wish you could see that a little bit. Moving on to a couple of headbands. This one, again, tried blue and yellow. You can see a little bit of yellow, not really that much. I got all of these from Michael's, and then the The socks and everything that came from Hobby Lobby. The hat and stuff came from Hobby Lobby. And then these came from Michaels. And then here we have a purple, pink, and blue. This is my favorite of the two for sure. And then this I'm obsessed with. So I really tried to do a rainbow technique. And by rainbow I mean yellow, pink, and blue. Which is very interesting because you can only see pink, blue, and purple. You can't see any orange, you can't see any green, and you can't see any yellow. But this turned out super, super cool. It reminds me very much of like sunsets. And I definitely might be using this as a pencil case. Alright, moving on to a couple experiments. Let's set these right here. And I am going to sit. So, I had a little bit of pillow fabric left. And I didn't really know what to do with it. It was just sitting over there, so I made little teddy bears out of them. And these are actually a golf ball container. So I'll show you these. Here we got blue and purple. Which this one's one of my favorites for sure. We have yellow and green. Didn't really do anything. Navy and blue. This one did something. This is definitely one of my favorites for sure. And what's interesting about these bears is that I didn't sew these. Like I said, I don't know how to use a sewing machine, so I just actually used hot glue. And then here we have yellow and orange. Didn't really do anything, as you can see, but it's very faint. That's probably my least favorite. And then we have pink and orange. Super cute. And then we have a couple experiments. So I tried doing this canvas right here. And you can see a little bit of splotches, which is interesting. So I just went over to my sink. I ordered this online off of Michaels. And then I went over to the sink, and I couldn't, of course, squeeze it. So I just went over to my sink, and then I wet this canvas, and then I took it outside, and I did the same technique as I did the hat. And the first time I didn't really do anything, and then the second time I didn't really do anything except leave these splotches. So I had to do like 3 different batches with this. Turned out super, super cute. I kind of went with the sunset technique like I did with one of the first bags. And now for a story. This is definitely a story. So here we have this box. So I know what you're thinking. Allison, boxes aren't fabric. You're right. So I went over to my apartment to get the boxes for my box Instagram live last week. And I saw this box that I didn't really have anything to do with it. And I was like, wait a minute. What if I could tie-dye? So what I did with this lid is I spray painted it white first off. And then I tried dyeing it. Which didn't work, of course. The dye didn't even like seep in. It just like stood up as little drops on the top. And I was like, okay, that's not gonna work. So I did like a couple more spray paint coats over that to try to cover it up. And then I went over into my closet and I found some white pieces of fabric. And I covered boxes in that fabric. So here we have the top, sides. I had to let these sit for a while. As you can see, there's a couple little air bubbles. There's like a massive one right here. Only because I had to glue those down. And then I just went outside and got the bottom. I didn't actually, so that one I washed. This one's been sitting outside for a couple days, so it's been drying. So here we got the bottom, sides. And yeah, I think the bottom turned out really, really cool. The top seems a little faded-ish. But yeah, I think all of these turned out super cool. So that's it, everyone, for all of my tie-dyes. Make sure, if you haven't, go ahead and follow me on my crafts account. It is Allison Hill Crafts. And I post information about if you want to buy any crafts, if you want to buy tie-dye, I have a post over there as well. And I might do a post a little bit later today about the other tie-dyes. But yeah, I hope y'all are having a good day and are staying safe during this pandemic. But yeah, I hope y'all are having a good day. Bye, guys.